last couple games at home as a senior. What are the emotions like going into these last two games?
I want to give everything I can to this city, just like this gave everything that they have.
Do you have any expectations for what senior night is going to be like?
Nah, no expectations. I just want to play and, play good for my last game and win.
Do you have family coming into town? Any friends coming into town for that game?
Lots of family. I think my best friend is coming, so that's cool. I don't think he's ever seen me play in person in college, so that would be cool. So, yeah, definitely got people coming.
Will it be hard for you to have it be a regular game?
You play in front of a good amount of people my entire life. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Not to mention that you guys still have a lot to play for. Still want to go into the tournament with momentum. So, given the emotions of these next couple of games, what is that added on to it that you guys still have to be focused and ready?
Nothing's added on to it. I play like every game is my last. I play like every game is everybody's watching. In my opinion. So that's the way I play. So it doesn't really change me.
Do you feel like your family's come to appreciate the city of Pittsburgh? Like, have they got a chance to see some stuff around the city?
They're not frequent visitors, but I wish they were. They got jobs, like everybody else, unfortunately. So, but I do, and I really do appreciate this place. So, I love it. I'm sure they love it because I do.
How long did that love kind of take to cultivate? Was it immediate as soon as you got here that you came over, or did it take some time?
I'm considering where I'm coming from, this is great. But as soon as I came and figured out a place that actually accepted me and likes me, that's all they had to take for me.
Kind of switching gears here, are you a follower of bracketology at all, Blake?
No.
No?
No.
You don't even peek? You don't look at the projections?
Because it never really makes sense. It's like they do, it happens what happens anyway. We was a play-in last year, so... we competed for the ACC championship, so I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen. It kind of just happens.
On that note, you look at where you guys are at net and KenPom. This statistically is a better team than last year.
Okay.
Do you view that as well? Do you feel like this team is better than last year's group?
That's a fun argument. Maybe we should play it out. Maybe we should play it out one day. I'll do the first half with this team, the second half with last year's team.
You gonna pay for everyone's flights to get down here?
No, but I'm gonna charge for everybody to come, and then 100% admission goes to me.
Do you guys as a team ever just find yourselves do you ever just talk about that, like the net, KenPom, the bracketology, or do you try to keep that stuff out as much as possible?
You have no idea how much we don't talk about that. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to winning, and that's everybody's goal anyway. So it's like, the homework is hard enough. Why would you be trying to do that too?
Like when you guys were 1-5, how did it change? What got you guys going in the right direction?
Nothing. 1-5. I remember being 1-5 and thinking we're good. I always felt like we're good. With a young, new team, you're new and young. You know what I mean? So a lot of college teams are new nowadays, but when you're new and young, starting out 1-5 is not too much of a shock. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to play better. We could have played better, but you're looking at the film and you're like, well, once he gets a couple more games under his belt, and once we've got a couple games under our belt as a team, we're not going to make those mistakes. And that's what's happened so far. So that 1-5 start is the reason why I feel so confident in March. You know what I mean? So I'll start 1-5 again because those lessons are still with us, and we're going to play better because of it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
What were some of the things that specifically Jalen and Bub learned throughout this season where maybe they were doing that incorrectly in the first 6 games of the ACC play, but now they're excelling at?
Just like I don't know. We play different positions. I really don't know. But what I do know is you're not going to just keep messing up when you're a good player. And that's exactly what you see. And messing up is a bad word. Just learning happens. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot this year. You do something, I won't do that again. That ain't work. Okay, you try something else. And then eventually, you try something else and it works and you keep going with it. So we're in March now. So it's to the point where you done messed up enough, you know what's right. And then you're getting the best out of all teams. So it's a really great time to play and it's a really good time to be a Panther.
What's one connection that you have with either the university or the city that you didn't expect to have with the team
We share the same will to win, and we share the same toughness. You know what I mean? This city embraces that blue collar type of work ethic, and I embrace that as well. And man, the city's full of winners, and they expect winning, and they expect it to happen fast, and they want it to happen. So me too. You know what I mean? Like we really want to win. So I think me and this city have that in common for sure.
Did you expect to have the relationship that you do with the Oakland Zoo when you first got here? Did you think you would connect with a student section like that?
I always like to play part with the fans, and especially a student section. So I'm glad they like me in return.
Like how unique is your relationship with Coach Capel, in that he trusts you, believes in you? I know a lot of coaches may not have patience or may not look at some of the things that you do. Why is your relationship with Coach Capel so good, and how does that develop?
Same thing. I think Coach Capel, the city of Pittsburgh, and me all have the same thing that we got going on. We like to win, and I think he senses that. So it's kind of easy to have patience or tolerate something that you might not like, or you might do like, but you don't think it's the right time for it, etc. When you know my mindset is all winning. So I think that's where it comes from.
He talks about sometimes when you first started practicing with this team, one of your first practices, you passed up a three that he thought you should have taken. Do you remember that moment?
Yeah, I just got done talking about it, actually. You want to explain?
Yeah.
So we're in the back gym. It's a transition three. So I get it. I look at the rim. I pass it down. I throw it to somebody. I think we make the layup. So in my head, coming into this school, I'm thinking, okay, how do I stay on this team? I've been on 2 teams. This is my 3rd team. How do I stay on this team? And my way of thinking is like, maybe you should dial back your aggressiveness. Maybe that's the reason why you're not staying on these teams. So that's what I'm thinking. You know, this is an early practice, so I let down the shot. And then Greg comes up to me and says, shoot that. And my immediate was, why I got to shoot that? Like, we got to lay up. And then me and Greg kind of going back and forth. The coach taps me on my shoulder and says, no, you need to shoot that. So that kind of woke me up out my funk of thinking, you know, pipe down on your aggressiveness. You need to just kind of fall into place. But once he gave me that confidence back, he woke me back up into the strength of my game, which is my confidence. So I'm forever thankful for that, and haven't let down a shot since.
Like you mentioned, just maybe learning some lessons from that slow start in ACC play, starting 1-5. But just fast forwarding to now, do you feel like you guys as a team are peaking at the right time, have momentum, stuff like that, just as we get into the final game?
Yeah, just like I said, we're in March. This is it. This is our playoffs. So this is where everybody is at their best or are ready to go home. So we're not ready to go home. So we got to go. We got to go out here and handle these last few games, and then handle the tournament. And this is where we should be at our best, because we've already been through a whole regular season. So you've done a lot of learning. So there's no more we didn't know, or we're too young, or we're too new of a team. That's not an excuse in March anymore. So we're ready, though. We're ready.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,